What we do here is go back.
Hello? All right, there we go. I don't know what's going on. Why was it not set up? Why is it not working? So what's up, guys? Here we got today's panel. Pretty simple panel. I think we can kind of move that up a little bit. Right about there. I look okay. Let me get these pictures up on here so you get some focus. What's up, Kelly Drake? How's it going? And make sure to get this just right there. How you doing? How are things? Make sure I got myself all situated here. It seems like I do. Okay. Anyway, we got these dog portraits here. So we're going to put these just like they're sitting right there. We're going to put these two guys on this side and this guy over on this side here. So these two, from what I understand, these two passed away. And this is the new puppy. And so they kind of wanted these, and then they wanted this one incorporated in. And we're going to knock this out. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut. We're going to cut this guy out first. I didn't pre-cut anything or anything, so we're going to do some nice little cutting real quick. Oh, right on. Thank you. I'm just trying my best, as always. What's up, Anthony? How's it going? Tony Deere here, watching from the UK. What's up? What's up? Welcome. Sorry, I'm busy just cutting over here. Once we're done cutting, we'll get some painting going. This is one of those things where you got to get it just right, so trying to focus. Alright, so we got Mr. First Guy cut out. Just going to take a few magnets here. We'll stick them in place. Kind of want them just about here. Now let's get these guys cut out. Hold on to my outside cut. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? Hope everybody's good. Almost there. Almost done cutting. Almost done. We're almost to the point of painting. I became an airbrusher to learn how to cut. Now I'm really good at cutting, but I don't know how to paint. Alright. I think we got it. Okay. Now I can move back over here. So we got that first piece right there. And the second piece will go right over here. And it'll just look like three doggies sitting in the grass, having a good day. Alright, and now that I have that one on there, I want to move this one, I think. Magnets be too strong. Alright. Yeah, just a little bit up. There you go. There you go. Let's just make sure we get his leg. And one there, just to be safe. Alright, so we're going to try to make it look like it's a grassy area, but we also want to kind of silhouette it a little bit. So I'm just going to start off with a little bit of green. We're going to lay in some green here. We're going to texturize the green, and then we're going to lay our silhouette around. And that way we'll get a nice little backdrop going, and then we'll lay down our pieces that we cut out. We cut them out of, right? And that'll give us a nice back mask without having to actually lay down tape and do all this stuff. Like we already have it cut out. So we basically mask, like the paper works as a mask to mask the dogs. And then once we're done, we'll have the back mask to mask them back off the other way. And using the magnets, it just makes it super nice, super easy. And anytime you're working on steel like this, oh man, it just makes it so much better. Otherwise, I'd have to use this like the Pro Mask, and lay down some Pro Mask and, do all that good jazz. But working on the steel like this, oh, it's so nice. Anyway, let's get some green going. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. The weather's still pretty warm, at least here where we are. I hope it's pretty good where you are. But at least here it's pretty warm still. It's usually it's pretty cold, and so we had gotten ready for it to be cold, and now it's not really cold. And what's up, Bobby? How's it going? I'm going to start with the limelight green. It's called limelight. Yeah, limelight green. Yeah. I'm doing alright, man. We're just chilling. We're just gonna do some painting today. We just got started. We've been live for 15 minutes, so far what I've managed to do is cut this out. But we're about to start spraying, so it'll be a good day after all. Alright, so we got the green in there. I'm just gonna start working it in. I'm just working it in super lightly. It's really reduced. I'm just letting it flash over real quick before I do another coat. I'm just going to go ahead and add some of the phthalo green. Blood red, no, not blood red. Go. Give this a good shake. Work this across the top, coming down.
Motion at your plus item.
I'm going to bring this around. Texturize this kind of going up a little bit. do a little bit darker green. This time we're just going to do phthalo green straight in. I'm just going to start off with this other stencil real quick. We actually need a little bit more. Just a little bit more. Chat is awfully quiet today. We got that built up nice. We got the nice texture going all the way around. You can see it all the way around. So now I'm going to mix up the silhouette color, which I'm just going to mix in a little bit of black in here with the phthalo green. It's going to give us a really nice dark green. I'll make sure to go all the way around with it. Blend it in real good. And then we'll be able to start on the main beans and potatoes here. This guy right out of there. Oh no, the green blob has got my dogs. Please, sir, save my dogs. They got green blob has got them. The green really pops on the gray background. Right now, the green is doing a look at me. I am the background now. There is no longer gray. There is only green. The green is the background now. The green said, I run these lands. That stuff you see beyond the shadow, that is mine. That is why you do not go there. What's up, Raven Customs, yo? Raven Customs, yo. Let's see if it actually shows up the sound. How long is it going to take? Oh, Raven Customs with the Skull Squad. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm going to keep saying Raffin Customs because respect all, fear none. It just doesn't quite roll off the tongue so easily. You know, so Raffin Customs, you are staying raffin. Raffin it, boy. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. And I really don't want to put any of this little sharp stuff up in the back. I want this to really... You look at me. You do not focus on this back here. You will focus right here, but you want to focus right here, very nice. Okay? This stuff on the back, it's okay. It's just not very good, very nice. It's just blur, you know. What's up, Luis Loya? How's it going? Alright, so we're going to come back at the very end and we'll do the final grass touches because some of the grass has to go over their legs here, over their feet and stuff, you know, so it looks like they're sitting or standing in the grass. So we'll leave that like that for now. Besides, we want to make sure that the detail from the grass matches into the actual pets. So now is the point where we kind of put this back, and you guys get a good view at the back of my head. I need to have like another little thing over here for my airbrushes, because I don't have enough shit in here already. I need more stuff in here. All right, so these dogs, these little babies, we're gonna go ahead and take them off. Give ourselves a good little view of what's going on under here. Bingo bango, look at that, we're done. We got the dogs on there. We're just going to do silhouettes. That's it. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you guys again next week. Yo, Raffin Custom, shout out for joining the Skull Squad. You guys rock, blah, blah, blah. I'll be out of here. He said, blah, blah, blah. All right, so we're going to put these back in here. Beautiful. Line it up perfectly. You're going to try this on your own. The lineup is like super important. Just like a haircut, you know, you got to get the lineup. And if the lineup is crooked and fucked up and, you know, it looks like you got a 5 head, you know, everybody's going to look at it and point at it and go, why you got a 5 head? They really fucked your head up. Same with the painting. If the lineup is not, it's not all nice and crisp, you know, people are going to point it out and go, why is that shit all crooked right there? Well, I can see the other color. Nah. Yeah, all the good stuff will come out. All the stuff you love to hear. So, because of how these overlap, I definitely want to cut this one, I think. So that I could get them both in at the same time. We're going to do a little clippy Being careful not to hit the actual paints. There you go. A little bit of clippy. You heard it here first. Are these some more of your pups? No, this is actually a commission that came in. So I don't know if you guys remember seeing that big ass rock that was behind me for some of the streams. Well, I painted that big ass rock. It was part of a taxidermy for a mountain goat display. And the guy that was getting that done, he just ended up asking if that's something we did, is like pet portraits and stuff. And we were like, yeah. And then we showed him, we had just happened to finish the one that I did of my dog. And he's like, oh, that's awesome. I don't want something so big. I'm just thinking like something smaller. We showed him a couple of the metal panels, and the rest is history. Here we are. We're painting away. We're having ourselves a jolly good time trying to figure out this painting in the best way I know how, in the best way that it's possible to provide the customer with a nice quality picture while also not working myself to death trying to provide a product, a finished work of art, as if you will. Yeah, no, a super cool guy. Yeah. That's pretty much all there is to say about that. Anytime anybody brings some work, I'm happy. You got something for me to paint? You got a big ass rock. You want me to make it look like a rock? Hell yeah, I'll make it look like a rock. Oh, you got some puppies? Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that, but you want a portrait to remember them? I could do that. Hell yeah, I could do that. I love that. That's awesome. The wife hates it because anytime I'm painting, I'm happy. Like, I don't have to. She says that I need to charge more. And I'm just like, I'm just happy to have the job. Somebody else could have got the job, so I'm happy to have the job. 9 times out of 10, that's pretty much it. You can't have the dream job and then complain about landing the dream job. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm a movie star. Now I gotta go make movies. Well, no, I didn't want to make movies. I just wanted to be a movie star. Like, no. You want to be airbrush artist. You want to be a master painter. You want to have brush strokes like Michelangelo. Believe me, in my Michelangelo days, there was no Instagram. There was no recognition. There was only rich people that knew Michelangelo's name and said, you will paint for me or else you will die. But if you want to do it, I will pay you grand sums of money. Because that's all we got. We have food and we have money, and you're welcome to both. And hey, I'm not a picky fella, so you offer me some prime rib and $100 to go out and have some fun, and I'm like, God damn, shoot, you what do I got a pint? You gonna treat me like royalty, hand me money and feed me? Shit, man, I love that. All for doing that thing that I love to do. Shoot, boy. Shoot, you had me at, hey man, you wanna paint this? I'll be like, hell yeah, I wanna paint that. Yeah, I want to paint all of it. What do you mean? Do I want to? You silly asking these silly questions. Do I want them? I caught onto your game. You just trying to psych me up. You trying to, ooh, look at this boy fancy. We're going to psych him up. Yeah, no. You keep your fancy tricks to yourself over there. looks like we got something ready to paint. Take one of these papers. This is just some scrap paper. We're going to cover up our background. And we're just going to go through these puppies in a few easy steps to lay down our colors for the puppies. Luckily, they are almost about the same shades of brown. They are all slightly different tones, but they are all almost the same. Me love the scrap paper. My wife is like on the most longest phone call ever. She's been on this phone call for a minute now. And then I'm going to ask her, what was the call about? Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing. Nothing good. Rip. I like doing this. A couple reasons. Killing the overspray, right? You don't want to get any overspray on the parts you just spent painting. And even though it's not the most detailed, defined stuff that we did for the grass, we don't want it to change or get manipulated in any way, because it would just make it a lot easier when we're done doing this to just unpeel this and have that already be done. Especially after we just lay some quick browns and get some quick little details in. I'm just going to lay down some extra magnets to make sure we don't get any overspray, or as little as possible going into places that we don't want it to go. Kind of the same reason you wear underwear, to keep everything in its place. Alrighty, let's just put the rest of the stack right there. Alright, so now I'm just going to take a little bit of white, and we'll just keep using the Eclipse for this part, because we're not going to do a little detail white right now. We just need a good little white base. Some good old white base. Rinse this out real quick. So, show you guys here. Just go to this camera so you guys see back right there. See where my finger's pointing? You see that skateboard? If you guys ain't got nothing else going on and you want to participate in something fun, you can go over to coastairbrush.com right now. And on their main page, they're having a skate deck competition. No, I don't want to say you enter and you got a chance to win and all this good jazz. But as a fun community event, it's something to do. Something you can share with us. And we can share with you. And we could all have a good fun time. It's something to do. And if you're interested in doing that, you can go and check them out on their page. On coastairbrush.com. You'll see that. That's what mine is sitting back there for. I'm just waiting for the Luminor to show up. And then I will be getting started on that fun project. Alright, so I'm just going to start off with a little bit of white. We're going to pepper it in pretty good.
Motion detected at your front door.
Charged by light or UV light? It's electrically charged. Okay. So I can show you if you give me one quick second. Let me just put this down. Turn around here carefully not to drop nothing. So turn you around right here. No. That's not what I meant to do. This way. Come this way. Come here. So you see this panel right here? You see how it's lighting up and turning off? Mind you, the light, you see the light is actually shining on it right now. And you can still see it. Well, you see this brown line here? This is actually one of the electrical lines. And if you look here, this is where the plug is for the cables and the electricity to go in. And if you look in the back, there's one big base for the electric. So it's all electrically charged and it turns on and off. Super cool for doing various effects. And one of them I could show you real quick. How hard is it to get this one out here? I think Luminor is fucking dope. I think Luminor is pretty dope. You see, here's this panel. But you see how those lines stay dark? So you can use your creativity there to make some super cool designs that pop up and whatnot. And I've used it to have some fun in the past, but yeah, that's part of it's going to be going on that board. And if you're interested in seeing some of that, we will be using it on that board. We'll be painting that board here live on stream as well. So yeah, just keep an eye out for that. Like I said, right now we're just waiting on the Luminor. But once it shows up, we'll hit the ground running because I pretty much have the idea kind of already laid out. So. I'm actually going to mix up some opaque cream, and we're going to use that as the base for these puppies instead of just white. That way if we need to use some white, we can, and it'll give us a nice bright highlight. But that's cool. Yeah, it is cool. I fucking love Luminor. I would use that shit on everything if I could. But it's kind of pricey. Not gonna lie. It is a little bit pricey. And then there's a lot, it's kind of labor, not intensive, but it doubles your labor on what you gotta do for a paint job. And it is kind of technical, I guess. There is a little bit of math and measuring of resistances and stuff like that. So if you're not super technical and knowledgeable in that kind of stuff, it could kind of be daunting, I guess. But to me, I see something cool, man, and I'm just like, I'll figure it out. I want to do it. It looks cool. I want to do it on something. But for the Luminor, it was expensive enough that I felt like, you know what, I don't want to order this and then fuck it up. So, like, I think I'm going to go and take a class and then kind of, you know, that way I have some hands-on training and expertise. And that's the first time I went over to Coast Airbrush and took their class. And took the Luminor class. Got the dogs in there pretty good. Let that rest for a second while we cut. And do some cutting here. I'm going to start with this dog. So as you can see here, he has his head, and then he has this white area and this white area on his legs. So we just want to cut off the areas that are colored, and we're going to repaste them back on there. I mean, the areas that are white, and we're going to repaste them back on here so that they stay white. So on this certain particular dog, there isn't a lot to cut because it's pretty much, he's almost all one color. I'm just going to bring this up on my phone real quick just to make sure that I'm actually looking at it correctly. And yeah, so as you can see there, he has that white area on the front, and pretty much the rest of them is brown. So, gee, were you long enough on the phone?
I can't help it. My mother talks.
Your mother talks.
Yep.
What'd she say?
That John will be leaving California Sunday.
Uh-huh.
And when he showed up, he was very disappointed.
Why?
Because he was supposed to stay at Darlene's house.
Mm-hmm.
But her house is a freaking disaster. He said it was all dirty and clothes everywhere, and so he got a hotel room. They've never gotten a hotel room in California. Never. But she said he sounded very disappointed.
That sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks. Drive all the way out there to see your sister, and
Were they not expecting him?
no,
Or?
they were expecting him. I asked her that. Like, did they know he was coming? Yeah.
And I'm just gonna let this dry before I stick this on there. Well, that sucks.
Yeah, he's gonna go to the boys' football game tomorrow and then drive back.
And he was all sad about it.
She said he sounded pretty disappointed.
Oh, poor guy.
It's karma.
Karma.
Be mean to my mom.
Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. Why are you cutting his legs off?
What do you mean? Why am I cutting his legs off? So this little piece has to go right here. I guess there's a magnet right here. I could just do that. Except it goes more this way. Oh man, these magnets are so strong. There you go.
Didn't we have smaller ones than those at one point?
I don't know, but these ones are plenty small enough and strong enough already.
I think there was some little tiny ones.
I don't need anything smaller than this. It'd make them hard to take off and shit.
Mm-hmm. I'm like hungry. I don't know.
Can you give me something to drink, please?
I didn't even go buy a drink. Like some lemonade.
Alrighty, look at that. Look at that jigsaw puzzle. What's going on here? Alright, same thing with these puppies over here. We're just going to cut out the white bits, which is also going to separate them, which makes that mighty nice and convenient. messing up because this is the brown part. We need this part off. Gee, see? Stop paying attention for 1 second. Keep that. I need this other piece. Yeah, and pretty much the whole thing. We need this piece. There you go. Beautiful. You know, at one point, I'm pretty sure I have the file that I had made to make little handles for these, but I had kind of gave up on the idea because then it'd make it less easy to store them, and right now you could just stack magnets and it makes it really easy to store them, and if they each have a little dowel on them, it makes it really hard to keep them somewhere in one piece. And that's all I was thinking about, and now I'm just like, man, maybe I should have just made some, at least. About the magnets.
Oh.
What did you make?
Pink lemonade.
Mmm.
That's what I bought.
Okay. So many magnets. My fingers cringe just looking at it. They're like, oh my god, what is this guy doing? What is this guy doing with so many fucking magnets? Ouchie. Ouch. Okay, just double check, make sure I got everything about right. It's looking pretty good. Okay. So now we can get our airbrush again. Come here, you. I can dump this out. And leave that in there, though. What color is this? Universal Flesh Tone. This one's not even open yet. Where's my open one? One sec. Now I need to find paint. this one's open. I can tell it's open just by the sound of it. Okay, gonna shake this up. I love little technical paintings like this. This is, you know, it makes you force you to get out of your comfort zone, paint some shit a little bit differently, a little bit smaller, tighter, you know. You can't just be loosey-goosey. Take this first color through. I'm going to say that's about the first dog color, because it goes like the lightest, a little bit darker, and then the darkest. At least that's what it looks like from the pictures. So I'm going to just go through that. Wicked detail, yeah, this is all Wicked colors pretty much. And even though I have some 4021 in my possession now, I'm still using the 4011 because I still have a little bit of this bottle left, so I'm just trying to make sure I kill it all before I switch off to a different one. Just gonna do a little bit of that. Get rid of some of this one. Add in a little bit more of this brown. Shake this up. Okay. And last but not least, Mr. Final Dog here at the end. Adding a drop of red into this one because the dog has a little bit more of a reddish coat, more like a fox, you know. Like it's still a short-haired dog, but the color is like a fox color. Beautiful. I'm just gonna drop in a drop of black here. Drippity drop of the blickety black. Give that a good shakety shake. I'll hit my vapity vape, and then I'll take a drinkity drink. See, now we got that shape in there. That's starting to look like a dog, ain't it? Ain't it? Even with that shit all around it, you can still kind of tell it's a dog. Now we're going to work on this one. we could go ahead and remove our typening. The great tapening. Start removing all these magnets. Try to keep these ones with the faces right here so that I don't lose them. Alrighty. Get rid of all this. Voila! Puppy's 50% done. Damn, Mike, you cheated by doing the stencil. The stencil is a cheat. I remember people used to be creative and, it was all about being creative. And people had to have skill and talent to do it. And back in my day, oh my God. Okay. So I'm going to take that color we have in there, that very dark brown, and we're going to use the same stencils we're working with, and we're going to get some details put into place like the eyes, because this will give us a pretty good idea of where stuff's supposed to be, and then we could, finish it off from there. Now that we have all that off, we have more than extra magnets. Alright, so we get this guy. Right about in there. Then I believe this is his mouth. So I cut out his mouth and his nose. next one. Okay. Wrong. There you go. Alright, let's get these little faces in here. Alright. Now we should have enough positioning that I could finish it off. Cool. Now we can paint. only took us, what, an hour and a half to get to this point. These things can be in the way right about there. Okay, what do we do with the eye? Let's cut this eye out. before we go any farther. I think that's as good as it's going to get right there. Alright, let's do this last guy. mix up a little bit of a reddish brown. To get a little bit of red on their noses. Getting pretty close.
Oh, they look cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at that.
Where are you going?
Deliver a prescription
Okay.
for $20.
Motion detected at your front door. Motion detected in the front yard.
Okay. Alrighty, now all we gotta do is hit a little bit of black. I'm actually not gonna dump out this red. I'm just gonna add some black into it just so we have a nice, almost dark black red. Alright. Okay. Start with this guy over here. looks pretty good already. Now all we're gonna do real quick is just hit in the green. So I'm gonna come back in with some limelight green. We're gonna add a little bit of the grass, you know, kind of doing all the grass around the bottom to make them look like they're sitting in the grass. And then we'll hit the white highlights, and it'll pretty much be done after that. Let me just load up some green real quick. Flush this out. Actually, no, you know what? Oh, yeah. What's up, Rise Up Creations? How quick is shipping for your offered products? However quick USPS gets it to you. It's usually about 3 to 4 days. If you're in the United States, anywhere beyond that, I mean, it can vary. I don't think we have international shipping turned on right now on the site, so if you are overseas or something right now, I do apologize, but we can't offer that at the moment with current business back end turmoil of things. We could probably bring you guys in closer. That's perfect right there. There you go. So this grass is gonna really tie it in. See how it's like really blending the dogs into the background. It's making it look really nice and good. Nice and good. I like the way the nice and good looks. You know, and it starts looking more like an oil painting, or you know, something classical, something that you'd really like to have hanging in your house, not just some kind of like garage piece or something like that, but something that you could bring to your grandma, you know, who just lost her two dogs or whoever, and they'd, you know, probably start crying, and they'd be proud to hang it in their kitchen and that kind of thing. Definitely be taking better look. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. Yep. I don't know what I did, but okay. You're welcome. Alright, and then we're just gonna hit some highlights with the stencil here. Go. What's up, Justice? How's it going? Skull Guy. The Skull Guy. at that. That looks really good. Okay. So I think we're ready to lay down some white. That's that dog. There's. The skull guy painting some dogs. Then I say what's up, and that's the end of conversation. Nobody says nothing back. Hello, is this thing working? Okay. Did you put your truck back together? Nope, not yet. dogs look tough. Nice. What's that airbrush you're using? This is a custom Iwata custom micron. And this happens to be one of the ones that they ceramic coat over at Coast Airbrush. And this one here in my hands is one that I got in 2021 from Dave Monig over at Coast Airbrush. After I attended their Luminlure class and showed up with a bunch of panels for a lot of the instructors and stuff, and yeah, he was just nice enough to gift me this, which was really awesome of him. And yeah, I've been using the fuck out of it. We use it for everything. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much, Kelly. So how are things out in the UK? How's everything going out there? What's y'all's latest project? I know y'all working on something good. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Some candy and flake. Are you doing the competition for Coast? The thing, whatever. What I don't want to call it a competition. But I mean, I think that is what it is. It is what it is. Alright, now let me just I can zoom you guys in. There you go. Let me zoom you guys out. See, like this dog head here, it's a little bit bigger than my thumb. This whole dog here is about the size of my hand. Because yeah, if you're doing that thing for coast, I'm also doing that thing for coast. And actually my skateboard's right there. You can see it in the camera. On a picture of my friend's car. Nice. What kind of car is it? That's you already know. The follow-up question is, what kind of car is it? I feel like this camera is just blurry. Last but not least, we're going to use a little bit of black. Just a tad bit of black. You were just working on the board and saw that from Coast. Well, I thought it was pretty cool. There ain't too many people just doing stuff like that, and I think it's pretty awesome. Especially coming from, you know, Coast. But I know that they've been doing a lot of stuff lately. But if anything, it's always just fun to participate, you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking to win, I'm not looking to do anything like that, but just, hey, look what I made. There it is. It's over here somewhere. Come here. Come here, you. That's pretty good. There you go. Go. There's the other one. Come here, Mr. Rag, come here. The viewer needs to focus. Yeah, that's. Oh, yeah, my bad. Let me get you guys back out. There you go. to go. Look at that. That looks pretty darn good. I'm going to just take a small brush, take a little bit of this limelight green. A little bit of limelight green. And then we just add in the grass. Just do some happy little grass. Look at that. That looks pretty darn good. They are glowing. Looks lovely. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's see if here we can get you guys a really good look. Get my big head out of the way. There you go. Look at that. Very nice. Thank you, Kelly. That looks really good. I dig it. I dig it. And once we put clear coat on it, it's going to be looking really nice. I do dig it. Not bad for 2 hours and 45 minutes.
Motion detected in the front yard.
The rules say skateboards needs to be from Coast. Yeah, I ordered a skateboard from Coast just for that. Somebody offered me other skateboards and I was like, yeah, I'll take some, but like the one for the thing has to be from Coast. So I ordered Coast. And then I have, Luminor that I've ordered from Coast, and I have other stuff. But I did go ahead and order some House of Color base coat. So I ordered this Orion Silver Max. For that. So we'll be using some flake and some Silver Max to really make it look good. And then we're going to use the Createx Candy to do all the graphics, but before we do that, I'm going to do some Luminor, and then I have a special idea of what I'm going to do for the artwork. because, you know, it has to have everything. I'm going to do some Luminor, do some artwork, do some graphics, and then do some pinstriping all the way on top of that. So it's going to have the whole shebang. Shebang bang.
Shebang bang?
Mm-hmm.
They're cute.
Does that look good?
Yeah.
Alrighty. Anyway, guys, thank you guys all for watching today. Go ahead and get out of your guys' hair. I do appreciate you hanging around, keeping me company as I was painting, even though it was a little quiet in the chat today. It was still fun. I always have a lot of fun painting these cool different projects like this, you know, especially when it's not a skull. It's a little bit more challenging, a little bit more fun. But as always, I thank you guys all for watching. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, get some food. These are not my dogs, no. This is a commission for somebody else. So, yeah, anyway, we'll get out of here and we'll see you guys next time. Later, everybody.